What up, guys? Compa Giovanni. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about fasting because I've been getting a lot of questions from my friends and stuff, saying that they've seen the results, that I've actually looked like I gained muscle and like lost weight and shit. So people are asking me about it, and I wanted to do this podcast to kind of like show you guys, like talk about the myths about fasting and talk about the benefits that I've seen. So right now I'm doing a 72-hour fast because I just came back from a trip from Las Vegas. So during that trip, I ate a whole bunch. I drank every single night. So I gained like 6 pounds in a couple days. So I'm just going to do a 72-hour fast because that should get rid of that weight. Like I'm guessing it's mostly water weight. The first myth about fasting is that you're going to lose muscle. And that's what I thought too before I started doing this. That's why I never wanted to try this in the first place. But I like to keep an open mind and do the research, and like I read about fasting and stuff, and like you're not gonna lose muscle from one day of not eating because your body is smart. It's not stupid. So it's not gonna so I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let's say you live in a place that snows a lot, and throughout the year you save up on wood. Like you save wood and stuff so you could use that to burn during the winter when it's cold. And winter comes and the first thing you do is burn your couch or burn your table. Like, why the fuck would you do that? That's how your body thinks of fat. Our body is used to storing fat for energy because it thinks that we're going to need it later on to survive. So if there ever comes a time when there's no food, like you're lost in the woods or something and there's no food, your body's going to use your body fat as fuel. And once that runs out, now it's going to go after your muscle. Because if it went after your muscle first, then like we wouldn't be able to survive. Like we're gonna be fucking skeletons walking around and shit. So your body's smart. What I recommend, because I've experimented with different types of fasting, like different hours, different schedules and stuff. Like the first I used to do 16-8. Basically you fast 16 hours every day and eat in an 8-hour window. That works. Most people do that. That's become popular now, but I've started to push it more. The next thing I experimented with was OMAD, just eating one meal a day. And if you never fasted before, OMAD, you're going to lose a whole bunch of weight. Because what people don't realize is that it's not just calories in, calories out. That's the old model of thinking, because it's not that simple. And I could tell you from experience, because before fasting, I used to track my calories and shit. My very last time using a caloric deficit, I was eating 1,700 calories every single day while doing intermittent fasting, and I couldn't lose shit. And I didn't want to go lower than that because like that's way too low calories and I would start losing muscle eventually. So I was tripping out because it's like everyone recommends calories in, calories out. But after doing more research, I started seeing that it's not just about calories, it's about hormones too, and specifically insulin. So if you haven't researched this, I recommend searching up Dr. Jason Fung. He talks a bunch about this in more detail than I could. But basically, it's not just calories in, calories out. It's a 2-compartment theory. So basically, when you eat, your body stores energy as glucose. And that's what your body uses first. And then the rest of the calories that you consume, those turn into fat. So there's 2 compartments, glucose and fat. So when you're trying to lose weight, like the first energy source that your body goes to is glucose, because that's the easiest to get to, and the fat's all the way down. Like it's all the way down. Like it doesn't want to use that energy because like that's for emergencies only. All right. So every time you eat, your body releases insulin, and that basically prevents your body from reaching those fat stores. So that's why even though I was in a caloric deficit, my body didn't want to use my fat because I was still consuming calories, and your body adapts. So your metabolism starts slowing down. And that's why I no longer follow a traditional dieting methods. Now I just do fasting, because when you fast, you're not consuming anything. So your insulin levels are low, and now your body has a chance to access those stored body fat levels. Like I said, I'm doing a 72-hour fast because in those 72 hours, you're not going to lose muscle because your body has like different ways to protect yourself from doing that. And basically, this is the method I recommend for most like bodybuilders and stuff, because that's what I'm doing. Because basically you could eat normally the rest of the time. Like I was in Vegas, I enjoyed myself, and I came back. Now I feasted. Now it's time to fast. I'm doing a 72 hours, and after that I should be ready to go and ready to start bulking again, and like eating in a caloric surplus to keep on like building muscle. And that's basically what I've been doing. Like I've been walking every single day, like eating in a caloric surplus. And before doing this, my maintenance calories were around 2,200. But after fasting and eating a lot and like doing cardio to burn off the excess calories, now I'm eating like 3,500 calories, sometimes 4,000 calories a day. And I've been able to maintain my weight like pretty easily. And that's because again, your body adapts. Like your body has different set points and it likes to stay at those set points. So how do you achieve these set points is basically by maintaining your weight. Say you've been at 160 pounds your entire life and you start munching out, you gain weight a whole bunch really fast. Then you go back to eating normally, your body's going to go back down to that 160 pounds because that's where it likes to stay at. Or even if you're overweight and you're at 200 pounds and you start losing weight, eating healthy and shit. And then you start eating normally again, or you try to eat healthy still, your body's going to want to go back up because it's used to that set point. That's another reason why people fail following traditional dieting, because it's not just calories in, calories out. Like your body, it's all about hormones and shit. So if you want to maintain a new set point, you're going to have to reset that set point. And how do you do that? By basically fasting and maintaining that weight for a while. I don't know how long, but you have to maintain that weight. That's kind of how I've been doing things. Like I haven't fasted in like maybe 3 weeks, and I've only gained like 6 pounds, and that was just because of this one trip. Like I was maintaining my weight, and in that 72 hours I'm gonna reset back, and I'm gonna go back to probably like 170 pounds and keep on bulking. And if I ever gain excess weight, then I'll just do another 72-hour fast and get back to normal, and I'll keep the muscle and like keep the fat off. So that's why I really like fasting, because you don't have to do it every day, and you can work on increasing your metabolism basically by eating a whole bunch and doing a whole bunch of shit, like doing a whole bunch of cardio, walking every single day, Like my routine is basically I wake up and I go for a walk, an hour walk, and I burn like 500 calories that day. Come back, I work, I leave, I go work out, lift some weights, and I do even more cardio. I start punching the bag, burning more calories, and that's like another 500 extra calories. So that's like another 1,000 extra calories that I could use to eat. So before, my maintenance was 2,200 calories. Now I have 1,000 extra. That's 3,200 calories that I could consume. And that's a whole bunch of food for me, because I'm used to eating barely 2,000 calories. So like 3,000, I'm like fucking happy and shit. But that's kind of what I've done to increase my metabolism and maintain my weight and build muscle while burning fat. Because people say that's impossible, but I've been like able to do it. But yeah, that's basically what I recommend. Obviously, don't do this if you're like under 18. Honestly, I don't think nothing bad will happen, but like it's better safe than sorry. Don't do this if you're under 18. Don't do this if you have other health conditions to be worried about. Just like, have common sense, dude. Basically, when I fast, when I do a 36-hour fast, what I consume is only like water with salts, potassium, sodium chloride, and that's basically it. Baking soda. That keeps your electrolytes up. So if I'm doing a long fast, like a 72-hour fast, yeah, I'll consume that. But if I'm just doing a short fast, like OMAD or 16-8 or a 36-hour fast, it's usually just water. And the different protocols that I recommend, if you've never fasted before, I suggest starting slow, like 16-8, so you could kind of get used to not eating breakfast, basically. The next method I recommend is OMAD. So once you've experimented with 16-8, then you could start like cutting that meal to, so eating only one meal a day. Basically what this does, since you're only eating once a day, you're only spiking your insulin once. It gives your body a chance to access those fat stores that you haven't been able to access in years, because you're only spiking your insulin once a day instead of the whole day. So that's why OMAD works. The next method I recommend, 36-hour fast, alternate day fasting. Basically you eat one day and you fast the next, and you repeat it until you lose all the weight that you want. 72-hour fast. If you're trying to lose weight, you could do this like once a week, every 2 weeks. If you want to maintain, you could do it like once a month, something like that. Yeah, if you have any other questions about fasting, or like any questions in general, like feel free to comment down below. And well, I'm gonna end this podcast right here. Hope it helped you out. If it did, don't forget to like, share it, and I'll see you in the next podcast.